Hello babies, welcome to Cereal at Midnight. Pour yourself a nice cocktail and put this record on the hi-fi. It's Total Exotica time at Cereal at Midnight. What are we talking about here? So this is a new 2-disc, 2-CD compilation from Cherry Red Records under the Righteous label. And it is a ton of exotica and jazzy music. What is exotica? Let's start there. First of all, I'm going to hold this up so everybody can just look at it while I talk. What is exotica? It's a style of music that really stems from the 50s into the early 60s. I think the idea behind it was that you would pour a cocktail, you would sit in your living room, and your mind would travel through the record that you were listening to. You would visit exotic places. It'd be like xylophones with bird noises. You'd be like, ding, 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 ding. It's exotica. It's so campy. It's campy now, looking back. It wasn't campy at the time, but it's always been kitschy. It's super just strange and eccentric, but it's wonderful. And those of us that love retro culture and love mid-century culture and love Hawaiian shirts and Tikiana and like Sinatra and all this stuff, gold medallions, it all comes. We love exotica music. We love mid-century jazz. There's a magic to it. You know what? Here's a good reference point. For those of you who grew up in the 80s or watched television in the 80s, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Every single episode, each week, it would open with sort of a claymation forest scene. You'd come through, there'd be a squirrel there, and there was music playing in the background, and it was a cover version. It was a different version of Quiet Village by Les Baxter, who was an exotic. He would go on to do a lot of, he did movie scores and things like that, but he did a lot in exotica. So this is that. It's 2 discs. This comes from the As Dug by Lux and Ivy collection, as it were. Lux and Ivy, members of the Cramps. Now, I don't know, someone said this in a previous video. I don't know what the involvement of the Lux and Ivy estates are with this. I don't know that they've personally curated it themselves, or if this is just something that someone somewhere has associated with them. But it is under that branding, and if you know, if you know the Cramps, you know what they dug, and they did dig this kind of stuff. So it really does fit. It's kind of like, for those that know, wink, wink. And the last one of these we covered was songs from an Overheated Jukebox. It's old jukebox hits, right? So this comes now in the new Lux and Ivy line, and it's just tons. Disc 1 is tons of exotica, island life. So we've got Martin Denny on here. We've got Arthur Lyman. Multiple compositions from each of these cats. Augie Colon, Ima Sumac. I just picked up a vinyl of Sumac from my record store. Then disc 2 is Bachelor Pad Jazzotica. So it's going to be jazz with that exotic flair. And there's some good stuff in there too. Some Martin Denny's on that as well. Les Baxter, Blue Jungle. We just talking about Les Baxter. Also Les Baxter, Out of This World. I'll hold this up. You can freeze frame that if you would like to see the specifics of what we're talking about. But this is it is a beautiful package for those of us that still value and cherish physical media. Here's what disc 1 looks like. By the way, how about this promo ad for Pure Exotica? That's their previous Exotica compilation. I have it. It's great. And here is our second disc. You can really see they're leaning into that kitschy pulp art kind of a thing. Let me show you some of the photos from inside the booklet, because that's pretty great too. Here's our text, but well, here's some of the album covers from the music itself. If you think this is cool and you're just dipping your toe into these waters, let me know, because I would like to be, I want to help. I want to be a shepherd of stuff like this. Actually, I have this. This got reissued on vinyl for Record Store Day, I think, a couple of years ago. And it wasn't for Record Store Day. It was just some reissues, some Martin Denny reissues, and I picked them both up. There's 2 of them that came out at the same time. Stuff's great. It's great to just chill to. It's great to sit in the living room and just sort of travel in your mind however you want to do it. That's what it was made to do. It was made to expand your horizons, blow the doors off of limitations. And I just think the world of this stuff. So here's to more Exotica music on disc, for more curations from the Lux and Ivy branding. I think that's great stuff. Total Exotica, from far off islands to your bachelor pad. Guys, CerealAtMidnite signing off on this one. If you're going to pick this up, let me know. I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can just click straight through, and you'll be supporting Cereal at Midnight as well. Thank you so much. Until next time, you guys stay cool, and I'll catch you later.